What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Young Butt Refrigeration. Welcome to Young Butt Refrigeration. Today, we're going to be installing this thing right here, the Nest Thermostat from Google. I had this thing for a couple of months. I know somebody personally. I'm finna put it in for them. Finally, should have been, but I'm do it. I don't know. I made a short. It's been like a couple months ago, but this is it right here. I really like it. I wanted the bigger one. But this is more slicker and all that. So anyway, we're gonna put this one in. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Peace. Alright guys, so this is the thermostat right here that we're gonna be changing out. As y'all can see, it's pretty loose and all. And then we're gonna go with this one right here. I feel like it's gonna look pretty good on here. Alright guys, so if y'all don't remember, we had a leak right here. Last time I made a video, but it had a leak right there because the unit's like above. And it was like leaking over. Alright guys, so I got the power turned off. Make sure y'all kill the power and all that. We're gonna be removing this bad boy right here. I think it should just come off like so, because it say press. It don't want to come off. I'm gonna have to figure this out, right? Finally got it off after struggling. I'm gonna take a picture of this wire right here. All right, I'm letting the white off, taking off the green, and then I'm gonna take off this orange. And mind you, we got the power killed and all that. It's only 26 volts. It ain't gonna shock you or anything, but you wanna make sure you turn it off so you don't pop anything. Then you have to change out a fuse. This is gonna be super easy though. But this wasn't really mounted on a wall. But yeah. Anyway, this is our base right here. We're gonna go ahead and get this mounted right here. So I'm gonna run the wiring and all that through these holes right here. I'm gonna make sure it is level. And yeah, we're just gonna screw. All right, guys, so it's gonna look something like this. You wanna make sure it is level. You don't want it like that. You wanna make sure it's very, that's about level right there. And put our screw holes right there. All right, guys, so we're gonna put her through. You recording? No, I'm recording myself right now. All right, guys, so we got it mounted nice and flush up against the wall. This ain't going nowhere. The only thing I have to do is hook up these wires. So yellow to Y, blue for common, white for W, green for G, R for red, and then orange is for down here. So I'm trying to make sure this is nice and neat. We are in a bubble. We are in a bubble, so yeah. Guys, the only thing you have to do is just slide the wire in there, and then this tab will go down right here, and you know you got it locked in. But if you want to unrelease this wire, just depress this and pull it back out. All right, guys, so we got all the wires in. Make sure everything was depressed. Make sure we have everything where it need to be at, as you can see. Now it's gonna be time to put this bad boy on in here. The only thing you have to do is just click it. Should go on there. I have to put a little force on there. There we go. And yeah, we're pretty nice and sleek. I like it. Do they want it in Spanish or no? Yeah. Oh, Spanish? Okay. All right, guys, so this is by far my favorite attic. I'm gonna be honest, you got so much headroom, so much walkable space and all. But yeah, so much headroom and space. It ain't like you crawling or anything. It's the attic on the other side. This thing have, no, this is just the main one. But anyway, if y'all don't know, this unit right here, it was leaking out. The drain lines was just clogged up so freaking bad. You do have your float switch right here. You do have a P-trap right here, which goes straight out. And I do have a vacuum. I have a vacuum on it and all. And I brought my personal vacuum. But anyway, I'm gonna check inside here. We got the thermostat. We were setting up the thermostat downstairs. We had to download the Google app and all that, which I was like, it's kind of extra. Any other thermostat I usually have installed before, you really don't have to go in the app until afterwards. But that thermostat, you have to have the app and set up like that. But anyway, yeah, let's take this panel off and all. Like I said, man, usually you don't have enough headroom. You'd be like squatting. The attics be so freaking low, or you under a house or something, man. It's a nightmare. And in some areas you have to go through so many obstacles to get to the HVAC unit. This right here is so much easy and all that. So anyway, yeah. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's nice and dry before. And all that is nice and good. Just looking through everything. This is your blower motor right here. Got a capacitor over there for the motor. You do have your heat strips and all that behind here. Got a transformer here. But I remember this was all soaking wet right here. And it was just leaking out onto the floor. They had a bucket right there, as you can see from last time. It's also got a float switch right here for this drain pan. So if water tend to fill up, if this drain line is backed up for this drain pan for the unit, this should like raise up and kill the operations and all that. And of course, this is for this one. And this basically, well, you can say this is basically a secondary, because I wonder if this one quit and the water just overflowed on this pan. That should, you know, be a backup and all that. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, everything looking good. I'm just going through everything, just looking. Nothing too crazy. All right, guys, everything is checked out fine. Everything is pretty much clean. We don't got no gunk or anything. I do need to vacuum out this drain pan line. I need to go back downstairs, check out on the thermostat, go through the operations, and actually go from there. But everything is looking nice and tight up here. All right, guys, so we got it in heat. Everything sounds like it's working. Let's just go to 74, and then I'm gonna have to check the cooling operation and all. All right, guys, so I'm back up here, just making sure the blower, oh yeah, blower running. All right, so I got it in heat. I'm gonna go back down, change it to, well, I gotta go outside to the outdoor unit. It is a heat pump system. See if that's running. It should be running. The suction should be hot. But change it back to cooling. And I think I'm done up here, to be honest. Blower, no, that is running. The air vents and all that is pretty tall. Some pretty damn tall ceilings up here. So I don't got no light or anything to put my hand up by the vent. So I had to come up here just to verify. And And as y'all can see, it say interior is 70. Well, it's raising up because we got the temperature going to 74. This is the set point that I have it. So once the interior gets to 74, it should be satisfied. But anyway, let's go outside real quick. All right, we got cool air rejecting out. Usually when you're in heat mode, you should have cold air rejecting out. It should be cold because you're going to have all the heat inside rejecting at the evaporator coil. So this basically going to be your evaporator out here. That's going to be your condenser inside. So this should be hot. Oh yeah, she nice and hot. Nice and hot. Oh yeah. Nice and hot. So suction is nice and hot. Everything looking pretty good. All right, guys, so we're gonna change it to cooling. So the unit and all that just shut off by me just, let me see.
Randy.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, we're gonna go down to here. We're gonna change the mode. We're gonna do Frio, which is cold. We're gonna click on that.
Frío.
I'm gonna lower it. All right, guys, so it is in cooling right now, so I'm gonna go back up to the attic, make sure that the fan is going, and then go to the outdoor unit and make sure that's going. All right, guys, so these clips that y'all seeing right here is the app, and I'm gonna go in more details about it after these clips right here. As y'all can see, it is in the living room, the T-stat, and this was a set point during that time period. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? If y'all made it this far, man, I really appreciate you. Thank you. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, family, or whoever. Do not be a stranger. On today, man, as y'all can see by this video, I just installed a thermostat. Now I had purchased this thermostat months ago, which was like 130 bucks. You probably get it for $80 and all that now. And my uncle, he wanted a more modern, slicker T-stat. He wanted to go from that old bulky one to a much newer one, like I said, slicker and more modern. And finally, the day we had finally did it, or the other day we finally did it, he was very ecstatic with it, very pleased with it. And it was actually a pretty easy process and all that, but this one particular thermostat had threw me off. Usually the other smart T-stats that I have done before, you can do everything like manually right there, and if you want to go through the app to change anything else, you could do that. But this one particular thermostat, you have to have the app, which is the Google Home, to set it up, to start it up. But after that, you really don't need the app if you want to still do it manually. But if you want to control it from your phone, you can do it. So anyway, the app I'm gonna show y'all, it is the Google Home. So make sure you download that. Now it is a barcode on the back side of the T-stat. You want to scan that, and it's going to go through this whole process. It's going to show you all the instructions on how to get the T-stat set up, which is very pretty easy. You got the wiring configuration in there. You got if you have a heat pump system or not, and like some other extra stuff in it. Like I said, you got to get an app in order to start it up. And after you do it, you can probably go back in on the settings, find a barcode, and you can just scan it without having to take the whole thermostat off. There's a barcode on the back side of the thermostat, and then like digitally, it is a barcode inside once you have set it up. But if you want to go back and rechange some things, you can do that. But anyway, I'm gonna show y'all the app right now. So when I had everything, I was going through what I was going through. I was going through all the operations, so everything was checking out fine and all that for what I have seen with my two eyes and all. And my uncle, he wanted it in cooling because I had left and I ended up coming back like a few minutes back. When he had it in cool, but he said it was heating up the place. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now we did have everything set up in Spanish. Now I could comprehend Spanish. I could speak it a little bit and all that little good stuff, read it a little bit. But we was doing everything in Spanish. I had my wife beside me translating little stuff. You know, she didn't understand little stuff like, hey, what this, a heat pump and all that. So I kind of had to, fill in and all. But she helped me a little bit, which I really appreciated. But we had got through it. But unfortunately, we missed one thing. I forgot to select the O and B, which is for the reversing valve and all that. So when the T stat was calling for cooling or heating, it was heating the whole time regardless. And like physically, like the programming on the app, you got to make sure you have all your wires. So we had 6 wires. We had a fan, which is for G. We had a Y, which is yellow, which is for cooling. We had white, which is W, which is for heating. We had our R, which is red, common. No, I mean red for power, and then common, which is blue, and then we had our O and B, which is for the reversing valve and all that. Now, if you forget one wires, you might not have no function or anything, and that's what happened. We didn't have no function with reversing valve and all, switching over. So when it was in heating, it was heating, but when it was in cool, it was still heating. But once I had went back through the app, I had changed everything back to English. I was like, nah, I got to do this in English and all that. So I set up everything in English, and everything worked flawless. I made sure I had all my 6 wires selected, especially the O and B that I had forgot the first time when I had everything in Spanish. And yeah, everything was working flawless. Had cold air coming out. Had hot air rejecting out when it was in cooling, and when it was in heating, had the cold air rejecting out at the condenser, and then it had the hot air rejecting inside. So everything was checking out flawless. Now this is the app right here. As you can see, it's at 68. Well, the indoor is at 70, but this is this is where the T stat is located, in the living room area. I got somebody calling me. Hold up. Hey, we got 68. Well, mode isn't cool right now. But anyway, I can change everything on this particular app and all that. But when I go back over there again, I do want to have it to where it's on his phone and instead of under my account. But I have been monitoring it anyway, just to make sure everything was, is running fine and all that, especially after I installed it. Indoor temperature right now is 70. Indoor humidity is 72. Outdoor temperature right now, it is 74 degrees. Where I'm at and all that, the weather is bipolar and all. It's really bipolar. 1 minute is cold, 1 minute is super hot and all that. The weather and all that is just so bipolar. It is just so bipolar. But this app is actually pretty cool and all that. With this Google app, you can add like other. What else could you add on here? You could add like other speakers, not speakers. You could add other devices that requires you to have this app right here. But being that this is a Google Nest Thermostat, you do have to use this app in order to have it set up. But anyway, you can see the activity. This is all from last night or so. This was like afternoon when I was rechecking everything. That's when I had went back just to make sure everything was running. That's when the thing was in cool, but it was heating in place. So I was just going back through everything once again. But everything is flawless and all that. Everything's good. And it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool to monitor temperatures and all that from your phone and all that. Believe it or not, it's really pretty cool because you can see what's going on and all. But this is pretty cool. So they don't have no events today, but yeah. When I get back over there, I just need to switch that over. I might end up switching the thing back to Spanish for him, but he fine with English. He do English or Spanish. But like I said, that threw me in the loop and all that. It wasn't even bad and all, cause I was comprehending some stuff and all. But it's just that one particular part I forgot. I was like, how did I forget that one simple thing and all that? So that's why it's best to go through everything. more than once. But it's a pretty cool thermostat and all that. In order to control, it's not a touch screen or anything, so you have to swipe everything with your finger. I wish I would have something more. I wish I had something round. I think I have this right here I can use. Anyway, I like this is the thermostat right here, right? So in order to change the modes and all that, you just swipe with your fingers, which is on the side, and you click each function and all. Now I should have went more in depth on that one, but I haven't. And also with setting it up on the phone, I should have screen recorded that part, but I didn't. I was just I guess just more concerned about making sure everything was, pretty correct and all that. Everything was pretty correct, but I just wasn't thinking that at the moment. So I just had my phone. Well, I could have had my had somebody record me and all that, but I usually typically do it, by myself and all that, just depending. But anyway, that's gonna be pretty much it. If y'all have this thermostat, let me know. If y'all text installed it before, let me know. Let me know, do y'all like simple thermostats or do y'all like modern thermostats? A lot of people is going towards modern thermostats and all that, like smart thermostats and all that. Like I said, you could control this your T stat from home and all. You could be on across the world or whatever and control it. So like with this one, if I want to change the temperature right now, I could. But yeah, it's pretty cool compared to your other thermostat. You have to do it, but before you get to the house, you can have it at a certain temperature, and once you get inside your house, you feeling comfortable and all. So I think it's gonna be pretty much it. Don't want to hold y'all up too long. Anything else specific about this one thermostat? I mean, I like it. Um, I just hate the fact that you have to download the app in order to get it set up. I wish we could do that like after the fact. Um, but other than that, pretty easy to install. I like it. So that's gonna be pretty much it, guys. I see y'all. Peace.